Hello, Erica. This is Benjamin. I'm on. I don't know if you can hear me.
Hey, Benjamin, how are you?
I'm doing well. And yourself?
Good, good. We had some troubles with the video on our end, so I'm going to let you take the floor in a couple minutes and go ahead and share your screen.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got some great stuff prepared for you guys, and I look forward to going over our systems and answering your questions. So I've got David Wood on the line. He's one of our implementation specialists. So he's been around quite a while, knows quite a bit. So he'll be my backup if you guys hit me with the curveballs I can't answer.
Awesome, thank you. Let's give it like 5 more minutes, and then we'll go ahead and get started. And if anybody has questions along the way, go ahead and just chat it through the chat box, and we'll see if we can get to them at the end.
Perfect. David's having some trouble unmuting. I unmute him, and it seems to auto-mute him back. Can we get him off of mute?
Yeah, no worries. We'll do. Hang tight. David, should be good now?
You may regret that.
Good to have you, David.
Nice speaking to you. This is Erica?
This is Erica.
Hi, Erica.
Let's see.
Are you guys able to see my screen?
Yeah, it looks good from my end. Everybody else,
Perfect.
I assume, is good too. If not, then go ahead and send a chat through and let us know. All right, Benjamin, let's go ahead and get started. Just a reminder, this will be recorded for everybody else who comes in late or would have missed this training, and it'll be landing on the Harcourts hub right after this. So let's go ahead and get started, just out of respect for everybody else's time who is on time. Ben, I'll let you take the floor and kind of introduce yourself and what you do, and tell a little bit about what XpressDocs is.
Sure. Well, welcome everyone. I'm glad to be here today. Happy to take the time out to kind of run you guys through XpressDocs, who we are, and really what we do. So first off, my name is Benjamin Palmer. I'm the account manager for Harcourts here at XpressDocs. I've been with the company a little under a year, but I've learned a lot in my time here, and I've gotten to know our systems and our clients, and really familiarize myself with all aspects of what we do. So I'm a pretty decent resource if you guys have any questions, or if there's things going on that you can't get a resolution to through our call center. But a little bit about XpressDocs. We are a leading direct marketing provider. We power the marketing efforts of many of the nation's most recognizable brands. Our robust and customizable online marketing platform comes with a complete suite of brand-approved marketing products and tools designed to make your marketing efforts more straightforward, effective, and of the utmost quality. Our proprietary software bundles all the tools necessary to produce high-caliber, brand-approved marketing materials within a single, robust platform. So for all of your printing needs, whether it's postcards, business cards, flyers, brochures, We can handle all of that, usually cheaper and at a better quality than pretty much any of our competitors. Also, as Harcourts has partnered with us, we've put together a variety of brand-approved templates where you can just kind of plug in, your stuff ad-lib style and get a quality marketing piece in just a few minutes. Today, I'm going to go over basic site navigation, which is how you get around the site, the major parts you're going to want to know. I'll touch on pricing, which is a per product basis. We'll discuss the mailing lists and EDDM, which is every door direct mail. I'll go over our personal marketing section, which contains a wide variety of seasonal and themed templates that you can use to communicate with your customers. When you may not have something specifically designed for them, but you still want to be in the forefront of their mind. We recently reorganized your business cards to make the layout a lot easier to understand and to get to what you need. So we'll go over that as well. And I'm going to touch on email footers because we've made some changes to that now allows you to download as a JPEG, not just a PDF. So it's a lot easier to drop that into your signature going forward. After that, I'll have Erica discuss the headshot guidelines for the transparent headshots. I'll go over Social HQ, which is a digital tool that we offer that allows you to manage your social media all from one platform, which is pretty cool. I'll touch on the support and problem resolution features at your disposal if you do run into problems on our site, who to talk to when they're available. And then we'll have a little Q&A at the end to cover any questions or things I may have missed. So let's hop right into it. So this is the website that you'll see when you log in via the link on your end inside your intranet. And Erica will provide screenshots or instruction on that for you guys, I believe within the FAQ she's going to send out after this webinar. But essentially, when you're logged into the Harcourts intranet, there's going to be a link that's going to take you directly to this page on XpressDocs. This is the home page. This is kind of where everything begins. On here, you'll see there's quick links to start orders of all types. So we do brochures and flyers, postcards, business cards, stationery. You can purchase a PDF with crop marks. So if you have something that you need to print ASAP, you can't wait for us, you can do this, purchase one of these and take it to a local printer or print it in the office. We also have the email footers, door hangers, trifolds, and some auction documentation here as well. So all of these have been pre-configured so that you guys can just go in, plug in your information, and generate that order on the fly instead of having to design all of this from scratch. A few important things to look at on here is the pending orders and order history links on the left-hand side. When you begin an order, if for some reason you don't want to place that order right now or you get pulled away into something else, as long as you've saved it, it will show up under pending orders. So if I go in here, it seems like I was idle too long. Give me one moment, I'll get logged back in. There we go. Sorry about that, folks. All right, so we click on pending orders. It'll take you here where you can see all of the existing orders that have been started but not completed. So for today's purposes, I created a business card order, which that should say postcard, and I made an email footer as well. So I'll review those with you in a moment. This home button will always take you back to this screen. So as you get deeper into the categories and products, if you feel a little lost, you want to get back to the beginning, that home button will always take you right there. If we go to order history, although I have not placed any orders on this account yet, oh, actually I did, we can click order details. We can see what we ordered, when we ordered it, and what the associated cost was. Additionally, we can choose to download a PDF, or in the case of the email footer, we can actually get a JPEG. So that you download that and you could insert that into your signature on your email to make things a little simpler instead of having to convert the PDF. Now, in terms of pricing, pricing is determined on a per product basis. If we go into any of these categories here, they'll expand out and show all the different options available. And you get a little thumbnail that shows you basically what it's going to look like. If we go into this one-page just listed flyer, for example, it'll give you the pricing here, and it'll give you pricing depending on the weight of the paper. So this is 100-pound gloss text, and this is 110-pound gloss cover. So if you're looking for something a little simpler and you're not worried about the sturdiness, you could do, say, the 100-pound gloss text. You'll see for a quantity of 25 to 49 is 89 cents per, and that price scales with the total quantity. So when you order in bulk, you actually will see a significant reduction in overall cost than if you did small orders. However, we do support small quantities as well. So unlike some printers who have a multiple 100-unit minimum quantity, for most of our products, the minimum quantity is 25. So if you're doing a small open house or a small ad campaign, you can get those files through us. Now, we offer both shipped electronic files, and in the case of our mailable products, our costs actually include standard mail. We'll pull up a mailing postcard and I can show you. So let's pull up this, we'll pull up a property only. So if we take a look at this postcard here, we can see that the included postage is standard mail, which is 5 to 15 business days. So at a quantity of 25 to 49, it'd be 89 cents each. So that's flat rate, covers everything. We also offer every door direct mail, which is EDDM. Essentially what EDDM is it allows you to hit every single address on a given postal route. So you can't choose individual houses, but if you're trying to blanket an area, it's a great way to get that touch out to everyone at a reduced cost. If you need to get something there quicker, we do offer first class. First class is 3 to 5 business days. And you'll see, a bump up in price, but that includes the postage as said. And then as I said before, we have the shipped in here as well. Maybe you just want to have it shipped to you, maybe you want to hand them out, maybe you want to stamp them or hand address them. We give you all the options. As before, you'll have your stock up here. On our postcards, we are actually about to introduce an upgrade to our system that will change all of our postcards to 16 point, and these prices will remain the same. So in a short time, you guys are going to see a significant upgrade in the sturdiness and the thickness of the stock on our postcards at no additional cost. Now, as we talked about EDDM, I want to go over the list building options that you guys have available to you. So if we click here under Marketing Tools, we have a few options. The first one is you can upload your own. So if you have a mailing list locally, one that you've built that you want to send to us, you can. The important thing to remember is you want the list to be consistent, and I'll show you what I mean. So this is an example of the formats. I'm going to show you this in a moment here because I've shared as a separate screen. So these are examples of formats that we support in our system. You can have more columns than this. The important thing is consistency. So for example, if you have John Smith in the name line for your first 10 or 20 entries, you don't want to suddenly go to first name John, last name Smith. That won't process correctly. You'll end up with bad records. So consistency is important. Now we do Microsoft Excel, DBase, you can do a tab delimited or comma separated value file. We offer free NOCA and CAS verification. So if you upload a list and it has some incorrect addresses, we will let you know before that goes through. That could be because the house is vacant or there could be an issue with the delivery route, whatever it might be, but we'll let you know if something will be delivered, if there might be an issue, and if it definitely won't. And for the items that definitely won't, we will not mail out to those locations. Now, for our other listing options, we can do a radius list, which essentially allows you to hit a certain number of houses within a certain radius of a certain property. A street list, which allows you to choose a range of house numbers on a road. This could be if you have a rural area or a place where a lot of houses or locations are clustered. We're located in Texas here, so we have a lot of developments where it may be a stretch of road, nothing for a while, and then a large cluster of houses on a few streets. The EDDM Elite is our every door direct mail. Essentially what it is, it allows you to, as I said, deliver to every house on a given postal route. And we use an interactive map from the USPS that I'll show you to determine those routes. Lastly, we offer demographic lists. So the cool thing about a demographic list is it allows you to narrow down who you're looking to target with your marketing. So if we go in here, we can choose a target. So we're going to do, we'll do a renter owner list. So we can choose all the renters or owners within a given area, and we can customize it from there. We can also do, if we go back, the actual demographic lists, which give you a large number of fields that you can play with. So I could say, hey, I want to look at young homeowners. We'll say 18 to 25. We're going to do renters because they're looking to buy their first home. Maybe ideal in high-end clients, so I want someone who makes at least $75,000 a year. We'll take men and women, and I could change their net worth, their residence value. It allows us to kind of really drill down and target who we want to reach out to. So for those of you who deal with luxury brands or are in more high-scale neighborhoods, it makes sure you're not going to market a $3 million home to someone who really wants to spend $200,000. But let's start at radius, and we're going to work our way back across. So the radius list is very simple. I'm going to use our address here. And I'm going to pull, we'll do 100 nearby. So this is going to pull 100 addresses in and around the area I'm in. Now, when you purchase a list through us, on average, you're going to pay about 5 cents per record. That's just the cost to assemble and purchase the data. Once you purchase a list, you'll have it in the system for future mailings. You also have the option of replacing the name with something else, or adding the or resident or occupant or homeowner in case for some reason you don't have that person's name. The street list is the same thing. So once again, we'll put in the street that I'm on here. And there's 248 addresses on there. I can edit that and choose where I want to start and where I want to stop. So like I said, that allows you to hit, say, a development or a cluster of homes in more rural areas. It allows you to really drill down and target a specific location. And if we go to EDDM, I'll use my area to start. So what it does is it picks out your zip code and then all of the carrier routes in that zip code. So from here, we choose Click to Find Carrier Routes on USPS Map. And then from here, I'll put in my zip code. So as you can see, as I move around, it's going to highlight the different postal routes. So what we would do is when you're targeting a specific area, you would highlight it and you notate in the top left-hand corner what that route is. So for instance, this route here is C018. So let's say I wanted to get the golf club at Fossil Creek, as much of them as I could. So I'd want C018, I'd want R100, C014, C020, and C001. Now, as you can see, there is some overlap. So depending on the type of mailer you're sending, it may not work in your favor if you're trying to target a very specific group. But in this instance, if I was trying to get everyone roughly in that area, that would be a good way to do so. Once I have that list, I can come back here and select all the routes I'm actually going to need. And it will tally up the total number of records. At that point, I can build that into my list and mail out my mailer. EDDM is nice that it offers a 6-cent per piece reduction in the mailing cost because you're hitting an entire route versus specific. Now, I know I went over quite a bit there. Does anyone have any questions on the mailing list so far?
Hey, Ben. I think it's worth mentioning too that when you order a postcard on the site, you also get the option just to send them printed to you. You want to cover that aspect as well, not just not using the mailing service, but if you're using the mailing service, you can also have a portion sent to you as well, or download the PDF so you can print more locally as well.
So with every mailer that you do through us, we send one seed card, basically a sample card to a given address. So you can put your office, your home, wherever you want that card to go to. Additionally, if for some reason you wanted additional ones sent to you, you can order up to, I believe, 25 additional cards on top of that and have them shipped to you as well.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Actually, I apologize, David corrected me. It's 25 is the minimum on the additional cards. That's what it was. Cool. That's why we have them here.
And I know I get a lot of questions too on the paperweights and the finish, glossy versus matte, 12 point, 16 point, etc. Just so everybody else is aware, we have an XpressDocs section on the Harcourts Hub. It's Harcourts Hub/marketing, and you'll find it there. On that page, there is actually a link where you can email me and request a sample pack of all the materials that are on this site. So you can actually see and feel the different paperweights, and they're labeled accordingly as well. So if you're not sure what type to order, you can reference that sample pack. So if anybody's interested, they can go ahead and check that out.
Awesome. Yeah, it's always good to understand, getting into print and marketing, if you're not familiar with paper types, it can be a little overwhelming. There are a lot of great online resources to help compare the different types of weights, from text weights to cover weights. I'll see if I can find something for you, Erica. I've got a few charts and tables that I reference, and even though I work in this and I have for a while now, I have to be like, okay, this equals this or roughly about. But we tried to refine it down on the website to be the stocks that would work best for the products that you all will be ordering. So you really have to worry about ordering something and having it not come out the way you wanted to. Really, we just give you the best options available. So now that we've gone over the mailing lists, the pricing, and kind of basic site navigation, I want to go ahead and go into the personal marketing section because it's one of my personal favorite parts of the website. And I'll be honest, I have saved a lot of these recipes on here myself. So personal marketing is this button right at the top. And essentially what we do is we have designers that work all year round to create beautiful branded postcards and door hangers that you guys can throw your agent info on really quick and send out to your customer base. So as you can see over here on the left-hand side, we have newsletters, calendars, all kinds of seasonal stuff, all the major holidays. There are recipes in here. We do baseball and football schedules, consumer tips, and then special, milestones, birthdays, anniversaries, stuff like that. So when you're trying to distinguish yourself from all the other competition out there. It's those little personal touches that really resonate with consumers. So we offer the access to these templates free of charge, and the rates are the same that you would pay for one of your Harcourts branded. So in this example, this is a spring one here. We can send the standard mail, first class, or we can ship those out. So once again, if you wanted to say have a bunch of baseball schedules that you could hand out, or you wanted some recipe cards to give out at the holidays and happen to have your branding on it as well as an agent, you have the access to that here. It's really an invaluable tool, because the most important thing when it comes to marketing is staying relevant and making sure that you're constantly in the minds of the people you deal with. So by having these keep in touch postcards, it allows you to just kind of have a little reminder that you can send out to your customers. So maybe someone who, bought a house from you a while ago, a few years ago, John sent me this, oh, that's nice. And then when they think about, I'm ready to move, I'm ready to make a change, that's sitting on their fridge, and it becomes the first name that pops into their head. So it's really quite cool. Now let's hop into business cards, because Harcourts has quite a few different options depending on where you are, what your designations are, etc. So we tried to design this in a way that flowed very naturally. So to start, when you log in and you click on the business card link, you're going to see standard, rounded, and if you're a luxury brand, the luxury business cards. So you'll basically choose the shape of the card you want. So I'm going to say, let's do a standard business card. So I'm going to hit view all. From here, I can choose what category or really what style I want. So I have just the standard ones. It's a regular business card. I have them with designations. I have it with my DBA, and I have standard business cards with DBA and designations. So I'm going to we'll choose one with designations. So it'll take me down here and I'll see the options available to me. So I have blue or white with the headshot. So I would select this, and it will take me into the order. Now, for the front of each template, a lot of them offer varying backs. So you'll see there's a little carousel down here that allows you to choose which back is on your card. So this one offers a solid blue, a solid white, the Harcourts white. That's actually the XpressDocs, because it's going to have my DBA, which on my demo user would be XpressDocs. The blue variation, and then there's some small text here as well. I can put a headshot on the back, or I can put my social media information. So you get a lot of variety, and you can really build the card or the postcard or the flyer that really meets your needs. So in this instance, we're just going to choose the plain blue background. Now, as you see down here, there's a couple options. The 130-pound Finch is a thicker stock than the 16-point Tango. That's why you see a slight increase in the price. There are price breaks, as I said before. So when it comes to ordering things like business cards where you're going to hand them out like candy, I always recommend it's worth taking that step up and getting the discount. If you go from 100 to 250 cards, it's a $5 difference to get another 150 cards. So that step up is definitely worth taking. But let's continue. So on here, when you create an order, it's automatically going to name it whatever the item is you're purchasing. So we're going to change this to webinar test business card order. Now, some of this stuff is auto-populated down here, specifically because I am logged in as a user. So let me load this here. And we are in the process of making some changes to how this is laid out. So some of this will change, but not by much. Now, my headshot's already loaded into the system here, but I'm going to choose one that's transparent that will match this background. Later on, we're going to touch on the headshot guidelines. Erica will instruct you on how it needs to be formatted, but our system does support transparent headshots now. So on here, I'm going to choose another image. And I've actually already uploaded a few, but I'm going to upload a new one that I did earlier of myself. That's transparent. I also can set that to be my default going forward. So I'll choose that. Now, whenever you make a change on the right side here, you want to click here to refresh your proof. And now we'll update with the refreshed image. Now, I have additional options to add photos on here, designations if I had them, which I'm not a realtor, so I don't. And then from here, I can fill in my name. So we'll put the generic stuff. We'll say John Agent, Realtor. Put a phone number in. And then we'll refresh. So as you can see, it updated with all of my information right there on the fly. Now, if I was to make a change here, let's say I wanted to change that email to, say I made a mistake or a typo, I just make the change on the right and click to refresh.
And Ben, too, can you scroll up a little bit as well and show them how to toggle between blue and white business cards?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So Harcourts has a great feature for you guys. You have the option of doing blue or white. So there's a color scheme button here above the fields that you'll fill in with text. And by clicking on it and refreshing, it'll swap that color scheme from one to the other. Now, I still have that blue back selected, which you can do if you want to mix it up, but I could have the white back, I could have the social media. It'll show you both the front and the back, despite them technically being two separate templates. Now, if you scroll down to the bottom, it's going to have you generate a final proof. Now, the important thing about XpressDocs to know is we are very, very fast. When you place an order, usually within about 15 minutes, it is already in production. If you order before 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, that item is going to ship same day. If it is a mailed item, it is going to get collated and put into the mail process tonight and ship out tomorrow. Business cards and soft touch items have a slight delay of a day or two, but your postcards, your flyers, and your brochures, anything before 4 p.m. will ship same day. The reason I mention that is it's important to proof your work, because if you place an order, you have a 10-minute window to go in and cancel that order. After 10 minutes, it's probably too late. So when you get here, it's going to have you proof it, and then it's going to have you check off these boxes. It's going to let you know if your text in some areas is small. If you print too much into a specific text box, we have sizing scripts so it doesn't just chop off at the end. So a lot of people like to get very verbose on the back of their postcards, and I have seen postcards with 2-point font. So it's important to make sure that you approve that proof and you're happy with it. And that's what we're doing by checking this top box, is saying, hey, I check my spelling, my accuracy, the size of the text, the placement, the resolution, the cropping. In my instance here, my head's cropped off a little bit. It's not the best thing. I'd want to adjust that headshot. So if I looked at this and said, oh, it doesn't look too good, I'd want to go in and make that edit now versus when I got the cards, or, oh, I thought about it an hour later. But we're going to say this is okay for now. Something you can do as well is we have these links to view proofs. So if you want to send it to someone, say, hey, what do you think? Or, hey, Erica, I'm having an issue with my my card. Or you call our support center and they're like, hey, can you show me your proof? You can click here and actually download that to your computer. It'll be watermarked across the front, but it's a great way to just kind of have a little something to say, okay, this is what I'm working on right now.
And I would say that if you're going to pause and send an email to me or the call center, definitely go down and save your business
Yeah.
card that you've been working on, because oftentimes if you leave the site open for too long, as we saw in the beginning with Benjamin, it'll just refresh and then you'll lose your work. So always save. And in particular, if you're a business owner or an office admin or somebody that's just creating an order on behalf of somebody else, always save it and come back and have them proof it as well, or email them the PDF. Never just rely on yourself. It'll save yourself in the future if you made an error. Always have a second person proof it. Again, because of the fact that you cannot go get back and cancel it.
It's like the old adage says, measured twice, we print it once.
Exactly.
So yeah, once you approve your proof, and I'm going to say for the sake of demonstration that I don't need the top of my head. I've got a big enough brain as it is. So I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to click continue. Now you do have the option to skip the proof. I never recommend it. You always want to have that final proof. But we'll click continue. Now, this is the shipping page. This is where you determine basically where you want it to go. So I can ship this order to me, and by default, there will be a shipping address in there for you that is passed over from the Harcourt side. So one important thing to know is we are getting all of your information from Harcourts. So the Harcourts intranet is passing us your name, your email, your phone number, your shipping address, all of that. If you change that information on our end, the next time you log in, it's going to pull that old information. So if your office moves, if you move, if you change your phone number or your email, you want to make sure you let your IT department know. And Eric, I'm not sure what process you guys have if they can update their information on their own end inside Harcourts. But
yeah, it would be within Harcourts One. So you can go in and edit it in Harcourts One, just let your office administrator know, or you can contact the help desk and have us switch you over.
yeah, because the last thing you want to do is move and then not get any of your packages. Also, I don't know if any of you are local. We do have a pickup option here, but I'm not sure if you have anyone in or around the Dallas-Fort Worth area, Erica.
No, nobody in Texas yet.
I like that it's yet. There's always
Yet.
room to expand. So I'm going to choose ship the order to me, and I'll click next. You may also see these internal info boxes. That's just because I'm logged in on our intranet. Those will not appear for you. So on the order options page, you'll see a small proof up top of what your order will look like. And then you'll have the pricing, and you get to choose your quantity and your paper stock. So in this case, let's say I do 1,000, and I'm going to do them on the 130-pound Finch. Now, we also offer free high-resolution PDF downloads with every order. So whenever you order business cards, postcards, flyers, brochures, whatever it might be, we basically give you a free PDF copy, high-res, no watermarks, in case you need to print a couple extra there, you want to save it for the future, what have you. We also let you schedule out to 90 days future fulfillment date. So this is probably a common one. We're coming into the summer. A lot of you are probably going to take a vacation, maybe for the 4th of July, maybe for Labor Day. Well, what you can do is you can go in, you can set up these orders and tell them, hey, don't send this till the week of the 4th. So you're in the Bahamas, but your customers are still getting a happy 4th of July, happy Independence Day. I hope you love that house I sold you last year. So it's a great way to plan your stuff in advance so you're not slamming and jamming on short notice to get stuff done, before or after, say, a trip or a time where you won't have access to the system. So we're going to click next here. And it's going to ship automatically to my office. So this is our demo office location. It's our office here in Fort Worth. And one cool thing that we do is we offer free FedEx ground shipping on all orders. So it's basically for anything you don't need right away, we're going to cover that ship cost. It's a great advantage versus other providers. It's one of the big ways that we like to stand out. Now, the cool thing down here is if you look beneath where it says the shipping level, it's going to tell you the ship date if it's submitted by 4 p.m. So today this would ship out. This one will be tomorrow because it's business cards and they have a 1-day delay. But it also says the estimated arrival. So I could say, you know what, I really need this before the 24th. I'm going to have to do FedEx 2-day or overnight or priority overnight. So that lets you plan if you know I have an open house, I have an event. The last thing you want to do is go FedEx ground and roll the dice. If you know you need it by a specific date, our shipping estimates are fairly accurate.
Hey, Benjamin, can I have you go back one page and explain the difference between the 130 Finch and the 16 point and kind of cover the coatings, the business card coatings, because there is an option to do gloss versus matte. And I recommend doing that because it gives it a more of a professional finish on the business card. Often if you don't do the finish, it'll kind of look like construction paper in a way. So just kind of explain.
There's multiple paper stocks that we use and we offer. In the world that I occupy, there are so many paper stocks. We have books upon books upon books. We could probably fill a library with the paper sample books we have. So we tend to narrow down with our clients to a handful of stocks that will work really well for their products. 16-point Tango is our standard business card stock. It's relatively thick. It's a professional-looking card. It's an uncoated stock by default. The 130 Finch is a little thicker, and I'd have to look, but I believe the texture is a little bit different on the Finch as well. For coatings, we offer basically 3 different coatings across our products. We offer a high gloss coating, which gives it a nice sheen. It protects the card. It's less likely to have issues like the oil on your fingers and things like that. We offer a matte, which is exactly what it sounds like, a matte coating. It protects the card, gives it a very professional, solid look. And then on some products, we also do what's called soft touch. Soft touch is very much like our matte coating, but it has a very particular texture. It's hard to describe. Erica, do you have anything soft touch as your in your sample packs?
Yeah, I do. It's often what you'll see on kind of most of the luxury brochures. It's kind of that, I don't know, it's like a muted matte color, but I do have it in my sample pack if anybody is interested.
Okay. It's one of the things I can say you have to feel it to understand it, but it's one of our, I would say it's something we introduced that has been wildly successful, especially when you want something to have, like she said, a luxury feel or a quality feel. Soft touch is the way to go. David actually just hopped in and informed me the Finch is actually that you can't coat the Finch, and it's a softer feeling stock. But it is a thicker overall stock than the 16-point Tango.
So if you toggle over to 16-point Tango, do you mind showing them what it would look like to add that coating?
Yeah. So when you go down to the bottom here, it allows you to choose which sides you want to coat, and then what coating you want to use. So if we choose the matte coating, I can click the front and the back. As you can see, it's 2 cents per side. So that will adjust your cost depending on the total number of cards. But the matte coating, as we said, is it doesn't have that sheen, but it still offers the protection. It's that satin finish, whereas the high gloss is that shiny, eye-catching. It tends to give kind of a boost to the colors, makes them a little more vibrant. There are a lot of great uncoated stocks, like the Finch looks really well, but in instances like with this, you definitely would want to coat the 16-point Tango.
Yeah, you typically want to coat anything that's navy blue. It'll make the color pop a lot more.
It prevents scratching as well.
Yeah, and a note on this too that often people forget is if you do want to write on the back of your business cards, as that matte coating description says, it's not recommended to be written on. So it's going to be hard to write on the navy as it is, but if you had a white background, I don't recommend putting a coating on the back because it does make it hard to write.
Correct. Yeah, the coatings do kind of make that difficult. It's kind of like trying to write, I don't know, almost like I don't want to say like a vinyl, but a similar material. When you coat something, it just doesn't take the ink that well. So we'll skip forward. It looks like I'm ordering Tango business cards now with a matte coating.
Thank you.
Got to keep marketing happy. So I'll ship down here. We'll stick with the FedEx ground, which at this point, if I order right now, I should have it no later than May 27th by 7 p.m. local time, barring any weird delivery issues, tornadoes, hurricanes, acts of God, or anything else Mother Nature throws at us. And then this is kind of your checkout page. So I'm going to give you guys a promo code at the end of this webinar that's valid for the next 4 weeks. It's $15 off your order of $50 or more. So if you have a promo code, you can apply it here. and it will reduce that overall cost. The shipping address is once again reproduced here, so you can double check, make sure it's going to the right location. And then this is a summary of your order. So it's the name of the order. It's going to be what I'm purchasing, the quantity, any codings I'm doing, and if I have any upgrades, my free PDF download, and then shipping. And then with sales tax, it'll give me my total at the bottom. Now, orders processed through our system, you process them with your credit card, and you can plug that in right here. When you do, you can save it to our system for future transactions. Makes things a little bit easier. And then down here, you're going to notice it says submit for approval. Now, because of the transparent headshots and the nature of business cards, Erica approves all the orders, and she does those on a daily basis. So when you submit it for approval, it's going to go a little holding pattern until she goes in and says, yes, this is good, or bumps it back to you and says, you know, hey, your headshot didn't look good, this didn't turn out well, this is a change that needs to be made. Erica, on that, if you do have to send stuff back, you use the automated system, correct?
Yeah, I do, or often I'll just go in and edit it myself and then save it, download the PDF and send it to you and say, hey, I made the changes. Can you just tell me if this looks good, and I'll go ahead and push it through. If I don't have the high-res headshot, I'll often reach out to the office administrator or the agent and request it and go in and do it anyway. So you really don't have to do a whole lot of work beyond that point. And I usually do it within 1 business day, so it's pretty quick.
Perfect. So there you go. So that's your business card ordering process. It's fairly simple. Now we do have this little cart at the top. If this was not a business card, I would have 2 options. I would have proceed to checkout, where it would actually charge me and finalize the order, or I'd have continue shopping. Continue shopping will dump that order into my cart, and I can continue going in and ordering products.
Now, Benjamin, I have a question on the saved credit card information as well. So
Sure.
when you go in and create an order, say you're on an admin level, if you're an office admin or a business owner, you can create an order on behalf of somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
You can create it as the agent that you're making the material for, or you can do it on a branch level or an office level. If
Correct.
you go in and save the credit card information on an office level, does that mean everybody in that office has access to that card?
David, do you have the answer to that one by chance?
Yes, the only individuals who have access to the branch level credit card would be the individuals who can access the office level account. So the agents won't see the account. It's only individuals who log in as the admin. So if somebody's sharing the office admin, if you've got 2 or 3 admins, those 3 admins would see it, but the agents would not.
Okay, thank you.
And speaking of the office logins, something nice about those as well is, you know, let's say John Smith's out in the field and he needs new business cards and I'm at the office. If I log in at the office level, I can actually place an order, like you said, on his behalf, and I have access to his default information, his order history, so I could just reorder something he'd previously purchased, but I have access to like his headshots too. So it makes it a lot easier as an admin to manage the office and their orders versus other platforms. Now let's head back home, and I'm going to show you guys the email footers. So in my pending orders, I already have one set up. I believe it's this one here. Nope, that's not the right one. Oh, we'll make a new one. All right, so we'll go over here to email footers. And we have a few different options here. Let's go with the white one this time. Now, the email footers have no cost. It's a free PDF download or JPEG download. So you can use this as an ability to brand yourself really well at no cost. I've already preloaded all my information here. It pulls that in from my account. And there you can see it has a name, title, address, all the information there. If I scroll down, I can upload a photo. So I'll pull one in real quick. And we'll refresh that proof. Must be something wrong with my picture here. I'll dig into this one on the back end, Erica.
That's okay. It's technology. It happens.
Yeah, there's always hiccups. But yeah, I'm gonna double check all this. I know we've made a couple changes to how this stuff is laid out, so this might be one of the ones that got bumped by accident. But anyways, the process going through this would be the same. You format it, make sure the proof looks okay, check your spelling, all your numbers, and then we proof it. In this case, we'll just say, sure, I don't need a picture. No one needs to see my ugly mug. And so, you know what, that looks good. I'm okay with that. I'll check my box. I'll hit continue. You know, delivery method defaults to PDF purchase because it's not a shippable or mailable item. And then here I can actually proceed to checkout because it has no cost. So this is your checkout page. If you had multiple items in your cart, it would show you the multiple orders. So that way you could break it down and see your order details for each individual one. And then we'd hit complete checkout. And that's it, the order's done. So if I drop down here, I can see all the information. I can download my PDF or my JPEG. And then there's this really cool thing on the side where it says share. So we offer something here called Express Links. It's a completely free service. And basically what it does is it allows you to host a digital version of whatever your thing was you just made on XpressDocs for 90 days. And you can link people to it, and it can generate you leads. So if I click here on Share Your Campaign, it's going to open up this little window here. So I can edit all this information, give it a headline, additional info down below, contact stuff. I'll have all of my contact info down here. And this is important as the contact form email. So basically what's going to happen is when I send this link to someone and they click on it, they're going to log in and see this automatically is what will load on their page, minus that little bit at the top that says, so this is what they'll see. So I could have a flyer for a house. I could have a contact postcard, you know, hey, you know, I'm selling this house in your neighborhood. I'd love to have a conversation, whatever it might be. If that person puts in their name, email, phone number, and a message and hits submit, I'm going to get an email at my contact form email with all of their stuff in it. So it's a great way to add a little extra something to everything you order. You can post that on Facebook, Twitter, you could email it, text it, whatever you want to do, and that's a followable link. After 90 days, the link just directs them to XpressDocs.com. So we've gone over most of everything I had in that first checklist. Erica, do you want to go over the headshot guidelines real quick?
Yeah. Essentially, if you are a new agent, we don't currently have your headshot on file. If you have a new headshot, or if you're an office administrator collecting headshots on behalf of your team, you're going to go ahead and send your headshot to me to format. So essentially, when you take a photo, you're most likely going to have a background in it. And what I'll do is I'll crop that background out and I will format it to the appropriate size to fit into our template. So as his headshot was cut off on top, I'll make sure that doesn't happen so there's no cropping necessary on your end. So if you're an agent, send it to your office administrator. If you're an office administrator, send it to me, or you can send it directly to me if you're an agent. And I'll get it formatted in every single format possible, JPEG, PDF, PNG, anything that you might need for any of your marketing, even outside of XpressDocs, and I will send that back to you. It also makes sure that we have all of your headshots on file for upcoming awards and things of that nature. So all else fails, I am your contact, and that'll be going out in the follow-up email as well.
So if Erica asks for your headshot out of the blue, you're about to win an award.
Shh, don't tell them that.
Now, before I hop into Social HQ, one other thing I wanted to show you as well is under Marketing Tools, there's this little thing that says QR Code Generator. So QR codes, they come and go in terms of being a fad, but it's still something some people like to have. So what you can do is you can input any address into this field and hit Create QR Code, and it's going to create one for you. You can then save this and upload it, say, to the back of your business card, into your email footer. You can put it on a flyer, postcard, trifold, whatever you want to do. And then when they scan it, it will take them to that link. So if you have your own website, for your brokerage, if you want to send them to harcourts.com, you could even do for a specific listing. If you're listing a house, you could link to the Zillow link. It's just a great little tool that not a lot of people know about that's on our site.
I imagine you could take the Express Links URL as well and create a QR code too, yeah?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we're going to pop over and I'm going to head back to that PowerPoint. Alrighty, so now we're going to go into something called Social HQ. So XpressDocs is a full-service marketing platform. We don't just do all of the print, we do all of the digital as well. And in the coming months, I'm going to work with Erica to put together some presentations for you guys on some of those digital tools that we have. But for now, I want to show you guys something that's active on your site right now called Social HQ. So what is Social HQ? Well, it's a social media marketing tool that consolidates your efforts on social, offering control over your networks from inside one easy-to-use dashboard. The main features of it is that it will save you time by allowing you to issue your posts from one location instead of duplicating it across multiple. It allows you to reach all of them at once with the click of a button. It's incredibly easy to use, and you can also schedule posts for a future date. Like we said, when you're going to the Bahamas in 4th of July, you can make sure you're still sending out that Happy Independence Day email to everyone, or post to all your platforms that you want to send out. You also can track your progress using the easy to understand analytics. So another really great feature of this is, much like our personal marketing section on our website, is we have a hand-selected content library that you guys can pull from and post about. So I know we've all struggled with, oh crap, I haven't posted to Facebook in a while, I don't have anything really worth putting out, but you still want to reach out to your clients. So much like we have the recipes and we have consumer tips and homeowner tidbits and things like that that you can send out, this is essentially a digital version of that. Also, if Harcourts wanted to, they could actually feed in custom information as well. So if they decide down the road to start whipping up some content for you guys, that could be fed in as well. So this allows you to say, hey, every 3 days I want to post something. Let me grab out the next month and a half. I'm just going to schedule it all right now, that I don't have to worry about it. So when you set it up, you'll choose your time zone, your industry, the networks you want to post to, and you'll configure your email settings. Basically make sure it's going to function as you want it to. The home page functions as your dashboard. It shows you all of the comments you've received across those platforms. It will grade you based on your activity, kind of keeps you accountable. It'll show you your past scheduled and top posts. And it'll show you the most recent articles from the library you're subscribed to. So that way you'll see the newest stuff right away. Now in that content library, posting is incredibly simple. You just choose the article you want. You choose the accounts you want to post it to. You type in a quick posting message, choose when you want it to post, and hit post. And that's it. It'll provide you with a preview of what people will see on that site when they view your link. But it's infinitely easier than logging into all these different accounts and posting across multiple different platforms. As I said, you can schedule your posts, which is one of the biggest strengths of this. Allows you to avoid getting bogged down on a day-to-day basis. But you can save as many as you want and schedule them as far out as you like. Now, when you on your post history, you can view everything you've posted, your drafts, and your schedule. So it gives you kind of an outline of, okay, what did I post? Where did I post to? It gives you kind of a broad overview of the entire history you have. So you're not like, did I put this on LinkedIn the other day, or was that on Facebook? You immediately know where everything was, so you reduce the chance of having duplicate posting, or potentially not posting something important to an account that could use it. So that's really the overview of Social HQ. It's very short, but it's a very simple and intuitive to use tool. It's really just designed to save you money, save you time, condense all the effort that you spend on your social presence into one location. So for people who have, I'm on, Pinterest, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook, I'm on insert all these Instagram, what have you. Instead of having to manage all of this and have that eyesight to everything, you're doing it through one location. And it just makes things a lot simpler for you. The cost for Social HQ is $9.99 a month, or it's $108 for a full year. We also do offer bulk discounts, so if you have an entire office or an entire organization interested, that's a conversation Erica and I will have to try and get you guys a lower overall cost.
And can you show them where it's accessible within XpressDocs as well?
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Let me pop back over to the share of this. So right at the very top here, you'll see that Social HQ button. And we click on here, and I haven't set one up on the demo account, but we would just click to log in. It would take you right to that dashboard. And you can see the pricing up here in the corner.
And I guess it's worth mentioning that there is a 30-day free trial too. So if anybody is interested, they can try it out and see what it's like.
Absolutely. It's definitely worth taking a look at. And like that 30 days is a good window to get an idea and get a feel for how it works, what it can do for you, what it can offer. So absolutely, for one takeaway from today, I would say definitely give it a shot. And then, if it's something you guys, really make good use of or really want to pursue, like I said, Erica and I can discuss that bulk pricing and try and save you guys some money. Now I'm going to pop back over to that PowerPoint real quick and move on to our contact information. So this is all important. I recommend jotting this down. So our contact center does phone support, email, and live chat support. We're open Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. To show you that chat link, right up here at the top, you'll see the number to call us. You'll see the live chat link, which if I click on this, will connect me to our call center, and I can just type away, hey, my headshot looks weird. Hey, something looks odd with my order. Or the support link here that will take me back to, give me that email address so I can email our support department. And this is my information. So as your account manager, my job is to make this as seamless and easy to use as possible. That being said, there are certain things that should happen before things come to me. So in that instance of, hey, my headshot looks weird, or I'm having trouble placing an order, I'm getting an error message. Our contact center staff is trained to handle the majority of little issues that you're going to run into. If you do have an issue and they can't resolve it on the phone with you or via email or chat, however you've reached out, they're going to create a case and they're going to send it directly to me. So if you call into the call center, hey, I'm having an issue, won't let me check out, I'm getting an error message, and you don't hear back from me within about 24 to 48 hours, feel free to reach out to me directly. I'm very good at responding to my emails in a prompt fashion, even if it's just let you know I'm looking into something. And now we're on to Q&A. So Erica, what questions have we? I've seen a couple roll in the chat. Do you have anything else for us on your end?
Nothing on my end here. It looks like we covered the cost of Social HQ. As far as digital signatures on emails sent from our phones, I think I need a little more clarification on that, but I believe XpressDocs is not really going to help with, inserting a signature into your phone. They are merely the platform to design the signature. If you do have questions about a signature on your phone, though, I know Chris Cochran is great with that. The help desk is a good resource, and we can kind of walk you through that sort of thing, depending on what you're trying to accomplish. they have the signatures and they look great from the computer. That's good news.
I think I understand what she's asking. I run into the same thing where if I send it from my computer, it has the logo, all my contact information. But if I send an email from my phone, it's sent from my Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus in plain text. So it really depends on the email client you use on your phone. I believe the app version of, say, Outlook will allow you to insert an actual signature. So you could take that email footer and drop it in. But if you're using just the iPhone email app or the basic Android one, I'm not really sure what the functionality is. But like she said, I'm sure Chris can get you guys squared away on that one.
Yeah, Nikki, we'll chat with you about that one. Does anybody have any other questions regarding direct mail, flyers, business cards? Cool. Okay, so what we're going to do after this is, obviously this webinar has been recorded if you came in late. It'll be hosted on the Harcourts Hub. We're going to send out a follow-up email after this, which will link you to the Harcourts Hub marketing page on, the XpressDocs marketing page on the Harcourts Hub. We'll have a full list of frequently asked questions. We'll have the full marketing catalog on there so you can kind of get a bird's eye view of what templates are available on there. Again, you can request a sample packet of all the different print finishes and paperweights, etc. And we'll also include that promo code that Benjamin was so nice to offer us, $15 off an order.
Yep, and that's good from today through the 18th of June. So for the next 4 straight weeks. It's HarWeb $15 off your order or $50 or more. Covers any of our printed products. There shouldn't be any restrictions on it. So feel free to hop into the system, play around with things. Like I said, if you guys run into any hiccups, our support department's here to help. And then if anything big trudges along, that's where I step in and do my best to get you guys squared away. So I hope this was informational, just educational for everyone. And so it was a pleasure helping you guys out today.
Thank you, Benjamin. One more note too, the templates that have been uploaded into the system, they're up there for you guys to use. And obviously if they're not something that's user-friendly, or if there's something missing from the site that you think would be valuable, a certain template that you want to have on there, go ahead and contact me directly, Erica King. If you've got a bug on the site and something's not loading properly, Benjamin and the call center, they're totally available to help you firsthand. But if you've got a tweak to a template or something design-wise that you want to change, I'm your girl to talk to, because everything has to kind of go through me anyway. Benjamin would probably direct you straight to me. So feel free to reach out to me if you have any suggestions for templates to be on the site, because otherwise the site's not going to be useful for you. So,
and please let us know if you do have issues. Let us know. I know sometimes it can be frustrating. You hit an error message, it feels like you hit a wall, you just want to give up. A lot of things are very quick and easy for us to fix, or we'll know how to. We just need to be made aware. So if you do run any issues, please don't hesitate to let our support department know. And if you don't have something critical that needs to go out today, you can email me. Like I said, I'm very quick to respond and let people know, what I can do to help. But we want to make sure you guys have a great experience on the site. So if you do run into trouble, please don't stay silent. Let us know so we can fix it so it won't happen again.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you very much for your time, everybody on the call. And thank you to David and Benjamin. We appreciate your guys' help always.
Absolutely.
All righty, guys. Have a good day. We'll talk soon.
You too. Bye-bye.